when you look at the career polls of what people have said they want to do, and the heavy majority is exploration and cargo, and those kind of things. You're like, okay, so if you strip flight down to this shooty shoot pew pew level, you're negating the vast majority of your backers. And not only that, people who have exploration and cargo ships are also higher than your $45 entry fee guys. Those are the guys that will have your Hull C's. Those are the guys that will have your Carracks. They're the guys who have your the Connies. Are those really the guys that you want to alienate in mass? Because that doesn't seem like a good marketing model, with not making them first and foremost. Instead, good fight comes from good flight, and that's just how it works. If you have quote unquote good fight without consideration of flight, then flight will never really be good. So we just kind of keep going in this circle where they tempt something that's flight based. The small but very vocal community of Arena Commander players. You know, it's interesting to me too. It's like, I'm surprised that more people of the racing community aren't vocal about of combat being the focus. Because, but then again, you know, when you watch a lot of videos from racers, like, hey, by the way, if you rip your wings off, you can go faster. I'm like, you know, when you've got people who also have that kind of mentality, like, you can shave 6 seconds off your track by racing through this guy's living room. You're like, So, I mean, and then again, is that mentality really any different than the people who just want to have the meta build and the meta ship?
Well, that stuff happened in Forza as well. It's like, oh well, this is the best car to race because it's got a bug. If you modify this, you actually get 40 extra points.
Yeah, that happened.
So that happened in C class.
That happened in Forza with was it the Volkswagen? Was it the Jetta that had that problem there, Tyler? There was one Volkswagen that basically it should have been ranked like a higher class than it was.
Oh yes, I think it was a Mark II.
Yeah, and
it was so light.
Right.
That it was so easily to add stuff to it and still keep it in the weight class.
Yeah, and people abused the hell out of it. And I drove the Pontiac Solstice, and I raced that with everything with the exception of like 2 tracks. I used it wasn't a Skyline, it was another one, Sylvia. I used a Sylvia for certain tracks because it worked better, like on the autumn track, that one autumn track, another one. So I had builds, I had custom builds for every track on between those 2 cars. Now, I like the street racers. That's why I've never been the Ferrari guy. I always like the street racer because I know I like the heavier cars. I feel like they're more interesting to me. That's a preference. The thing is that like, so I remember this one time this guy who had one of those Volkswagens, and we come across this back corner, and I'm like, I must have been like a foot off his bumper. And I remember on voice in the Xbox going, "Damn, you can drive!" Because I was like right on his ass, and we had already lapped like the other people, and I'm like right on him. And the thing is, I'm in a Solstice, and he's in this basically broken car, and I'm still. The only reason he won is because he was in that car. And I think it was later on when I was hosting games, I banned that one, and with the exception of one guy, I banned muscle cars because people with muscle cars typically their strategy was to ram you with said muscle car.
And push you off road,
or because they couldn't slow down in time. They were just basically they were sloppy. But there was this one guy I raced, and I don't to say the guy was an artist was an understatement. The guy, you would watch him take a corner that, like I would take in my Solstice at a very very good clip and slightly drifting into it because it was on the edge. I'm using a wheel and pedals and whatnot, and this guy would come in the same speed and be driving it the same way, but he had way more of an angle on his drift, but he could hug the inside corner with any muscle car, and I was absolutely just blown away by his precision. And he was the only guy I allowed in my races to drive a muscle car. Everyone else I said, no, you gotta get. So, are you letting him drive? I says, yeah, because I've seen him race. And he's not gonna hit anybody, he's not gonna ram anybody, and he's gonna blow your mind with his precision. So, it was one of those things that like everyone else though I ever saw driving of whatever was just a cluster. It was very bad.
So what you're saying is when eventually, we buy into the Forza hype, long after it's petered out on PC, because the next one I'm gonna drive nothing but muscle cars.
If we play Forza again, if we get Forza, it comes out PC. There's
Technically, it's already out on PC. It's just
I don't want to do it through the Microsoft Store. I'm waiting for it to come out in Steam, like I said. So the thing is that, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm buying a wheel. That will happen. I am not racing with the gamepad anymore. I can't stand it. I know I'm terrible at racing with the gamepad. I can barely. It's too sloppy. It's too sloppy. It really is. I tried it, and you will beat me every race from now until forever because I am just terrible with the gamepad.
I just have fun racing.
I have fun racing too, but I hate fighting controls though. I'd rather lose I'd rather lose to bad driving or lesser driving than to I can't get the car to do what I wanted to do. There's a difference.
That's fair.
And so it's a frustration that bothers me. It's like yeah, I have really great controls like for this game, but like in this game it's like, you know, the controls in the game itself are terrible. So it's like, okay, so
you have great control inputs. You don't have great controls.
All right, so we're 120 kilometers from the Aberdeen cave, which is great.
May I ask a question?
We just did.
You?
Okay, I'm seeing new pistols in here and new weapons entirely. What in the world? I know we had ballistic pistols and energy pistols and whatnot. What's a
Are we flying into a
pistol?
sun?
No, say that again. No, we're not. It's gas
A
plant.
frag pistol.
Gas plant.
This is new to me.
Oh, okay. Okay, when that one shoots a single round, but if you hold down to charge, it'll actually cause the round to kind of split and kind of like act like a little bit like a shotgun. That's one of the new ones.
Neat. I'm looking at this thing on the store. It's like this is different.
Kind of looks almost a little Nabooian, if you will. So
it does, because the trigger guard is not the safety part of the trigger guard is not complete circle. It's like, and the design look kind of alien, but it still has this really cool aesthetic about it. I still want to know what pistol that I pledged for a long time ago. What it's
yeah, I wish any of those pledge weapons and things would ever come out, but
yeah. How about my long coat? It's supposed to look like a certain captain.
Yeah, brown coat thing. Yeah,
there's
a lot of things that just need to come
Reynolds.
online. But I mean, I'm not worried about that. That's just graphical flare stuff. It'll happen. I'm just gonna pull back out because it's a little bit further, and I don't really want to slow myself down. I'm still tempted to get you an F-14 for DCS because I think you'd enjoy it. After you actually get used to clicking on buttons in the cockpits.
It's really hard to go back.
It really is. It's hard to go back to hotkeys when you can just flip a switch.
DO2.
It really is. It's just so much more efficient. It really is. It's just when you play like a couple dozen games or whatever, and like you can't remember all the stupid hotkey combos are, being able just to look down.
You know where the button is on the.
Exactly. You know how to switch from air to air to air to ground. I mean, it's right there. It's on the lower
it's
right.
Like, oh, what was the hotkey for? It doesn't matter because I just over here and I flip this little switch.
Right. I need to change my gun mode. Okay, so now I'm in high rate of fire. And I'm low rate of fire or whatever. Point is, like, it's a much cleaner, simpler, easier way to approach things.
Technically, it's longer, but it's easier to remember because it's visual.
Yeah, it's also more immersive. Immersion.
So, since the wonderful world of Drake beat everybody out in the most ship thing, what does the Caterpillar now get?
Okay, I'm not sure, but I was kind of happy at one because I know because I it's your ship, and I was trying to debate why I thought the Redeemer should win, and that was largely because the more functional. But either way, whatever, I'm fine because I still get to use their Caterpillar anyway. I don't really care. But the thing is that you have it, so. I would guess, if I had to guess, maybe some custom skins or something like that. I know between all of us, we have all the ships from the top 4 anyway. Those are the ones that get the awards. There you go. I picked up.
I tried to take the one that was in your hand.
Hello, Cutlass.
You took both of them, you ass.
Yeah, they're all mine. Hey. That's how people
I have 30 bullets.
That's how people get hurt.
That's to 53% power. So, I guess it's one of those get it in the bar crap things.
Yeah, it is.
And then, of course, there's like a latency.
Oh.
Oh, that's too much.
Whoa, whoa,
No, it's too much. It's too much. But like, how long do I have to sit here and stare at it?
Because
Now it looks like it's too much.
So the thing fills up green, basically.
Well, it's all full green. Ow!
Ow! Well,
Was that you? Because mine was in the green.
mine was in the green as well.